Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Kryptonite Show. Your host, Superman and House. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself out there. You're still picking up the accumulation zone for PulseChain. It's still here, but someday it's going to disappear, and could be very soon, of course, because we're getting into the real bullish market part of the market, and of course, expecting the next 6 to 9 months to be particularly good. So we're going to talk about that. We also got Richard Hart speaking to us. So we're going to look at some of his comments that he put out today. Pretty interesting. And also we've got Tom Lee talking about something as well, pretty funny. We're going to get into that. So hold on to your horses for that, Tom Lee. And of course, it's I'm going to we might associate it to Richard Hart. Who knows? Who knows? But we're going to get into the crypto markets today with Bitcoin, Ethereum. We're going to talk about the supply of Ethereum on the exchanges is disappearing slowly and surely. Actually, it's pretty fast. So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to get into the PulseChain markets. Of course, we're all excited for X Game coming up and its launch, so it's going to be really cool. And then Coinwell, not too long after that. I do have a little bit of an update around PUSD ALGO, so we're going to talk about that too. That's Jacob, of course, and of course we're going to talk about the Signum Oracle. People were waiting for that, so that's coming up as well. So we will have some PulseChain updates. Let's get into it, and we'll probably talk about Gladiator games as well. It's on the final few hours today of tournament number 4, the Fight for Glory. So we're going to probably talk about that at the end of the show as well. All right, so kind of cool. Get into the chat there as well. You guys know what to do. Don't forget to share the show around on X. It only takes you a moment to hit the repost button and helps a lot. So get out there and do that. Appreciate that. Not just for the Kryptonite Show, of course. It's good to do it for all the PulseChain crypto influencers that you love as well. So get out and do that. It'd be great, great, great. Diamond Hand in the house there. Good to see you, Diamond Hand. Big shout out. First in the chat. Nice. Looking good there. So feel free to embellish into the chat there during the stream. So let's go straight to the other thing that's coming out later on today is, of course, is the Monster Thread number 22, guys. The PulseChain weekly newsletter, the Monster Thread number 22 is coming out today. I know that MVS Crypto is working very hard on that, so pretty exciting. Let's have a see. We got Wookie in the house there. Tom Lee, brother of Bruce, is Wookie. Yeah, he's not the guitar player, apparently. Not the guitar player, Tom Lee. All right, so let's get into it without further ado. Let's go into the crypto markets, and we're going to go to the big screen. So we've got the total market cap right now, $4.3 trillion. Very small still, very small. 0.4% increase today. We'll take that. And we've got 19,046 coins on CoinGecko. Looking at Bitcoin right now, 123,314. Of course, yesterday I think it made the all-time high, new all-time high, up 0.8% today. We've got Ethereum at the moment is up 0.6%, $4,517. Number 3 is XRP, pretty much flat today, $2.97. And we've got BNB at number 5, at 1.1%, and that is at $1,161. And the interesting thing about this, BNB is slowly creeping up on XRP. We've got 162 billion. We've got XRP at 177.6 billion. There we go. We'll keep looking out for that. At the moment, with the momentum that BNB is happening, you just don't know. Could happen pretty quick. Solana right now at number 6 is up 0.3% at $228. We've got Doge at number 9 is up 1.1% at 25.3 cents. Finally, our top 10 is Tron, and that's up 0.2% at 34 cents. So that's our top 10 there, folks. And there's still a bit of a gap between Tron and Cardano or ADA there of about $1.8 billion. So it's still separated at the moment. Best performer in the last 24 hours has been who is it? Who is it? Who is it? It is. Oh, we got the drum roll. BNB, it's at 1.2%. All right, so top performer last week in the top 10, we've got BNB as well. So it's up 18.5%. So BNB, best performer of the week, and chasing down XRP. All right, let's go to the top 100. Best performer is Zcash, and of course that is up at number 62 now on the ranking. Best performer for the week, 170%. What a beast in beast mode right now. Number 48 is Aptos or Apt, and that is up 31% for the week. Number 83 is Hash. That is third best performer up almost 20% for the week. And then Mantle there at number 34 is up 19%, and B&B in the top 10 up 18.5% at number 5. So you're doing well if you're in the top 10 and you're in the top 5 and the top 100. How about that? Lots of tops on this list. Tippity top tip shape. You gotta have a tip top shape there. All right. So one of the things in the news, Colin McGregor apparently stepping down or moving sideways from presidents of Ireland campaign because of political corruption, basically. So I think all you're going to have left over in Ireland now is a people's revolution, and they're going to need it if they're going to save the country. We need it here. We need it here in New Zealand. My God help us! But we've got crazy people running the place everywhere. It's like being in Zombieland. Like being in Zombieland. Progressives everywhere, wrecking everything. We got top 1,000 at the moment. Top gainers. We got Ready at the top. We got Reactive Network number 2 and Gems VIP number 3. Those are our top 3 in the top 1,000. Let's quickly have a look at these ones. So Ready is currently number 783. It is having a moon time and has been around since when? When's been around since last year, end of last year, November. And it is coming off the bottom here. What a recovery. At 3300th of a penny. It's now at 5.6 cents. So fantastic move there. It's on Solana chain. Let's have a look at ready.cards. That's the website. And Ready Set Rip, apparently. Pretty jazzy website, that's for sure. It looks like gaming, doesn't it? Ready Set Rip there. Join waitlist, apparently. Not even lost, is it? But that is coming up. Looks like a gamer one there. So you might want to keep a tabs on that, since we're talking about gaming quite a bit as well. Got a lot of different sort of covers. They almost is that like collector, like Pokemon cards or what? Digital packs, real cards, instant exits. Whoa! That might be pretty big. But they must have had some big news around that, because that chart's just gone through the moon. And of course, guys know that Pokemon cards and everything is huge collectibles. I know that Nick from Crypto Paradise is big into the cards. He's got some pretty good ones. They also have a quality rating too, don't they? Rated cards, or whatever they call it. You got sporting cards, you got Pokemon type cards. There's a few categories, I think. But some of them are worth a lot of money if you can get them. But are they doing this digital packs, real cards, instant exits? Oh, that could be pretty interesting, guys. They must have had some big news there. Should we have a look? Let's have a look. We'll go a bit extra. We'll go a bit further, just because this is particularly interesting. And that is Ready. 40,000 followers on already. 4th of October, trading cards meet trading floors. Collectible X DeFi. Woo, this could be mega big, guys. Mega big. No, the price has just rocketed to the moon. Look at that thing. I mean, that thing has gone from 3,300 of a penny to 5.6 cents, and it's at 56 million market cap, sitting at 583. Ooh, that might be pretty interesting, guys. I might save that to the favorites there and have a look at that one. That is interesting. All right. Yeah, wow. That's a good thing. Sometimes, looking at these things. Let's have a look at number 2 is Reactive. So that was Ready, guys. Collective Reactive Network. So I'd already been thinking about that, so it's not too surprising. Reactive Network, number 2, up 30% there, sitting at number 972. And it's been around since when? Since March this year. The bottom was somewhere around about 2 cents, and it's now gone from about 8 cents up to 12 cents up on Ethereum chain, Reactive Network. So look at this. Let us know in the chat if you're familiar with any of these. They're quite high up in the rankings. What do we got here? We got Reactive Network. The transactions are multiplying exponentially. Smart contracts must evolve. Multi-chain traffic exploding. Reactive Network is the coordination layer built for the scale. It lists multi-chain events, computation in the unified contract layer. Reactive smart contracts. What else there? Building coordinated. So it looks like an ecosystem built on top of Ethereum there. So that could be pretty interesting. So that is number 2 right now. And number 3 on our top 1,000 is, well, I think we've switched out there. We've got Gems VIP now. And that's at number 411. It's been around since middle last year. Coming off the bottom there at 3 cents, now at 26 cents. So I had a really nice gain on this. That's on Ethereum as well. Gems.vip. Let's have a quick look at it. Crypto gems at every stage, from private sales to market leaders. At Gems, we bring exclusive access to worldwide high potential crypto tokens. There we go. So a bit of a launch pad on the looks of it. and I got some trading and miners as well. From looks at some mining kind of platform. The new pathway to the future. Yeah, pretty neat little website too. Generate tokens from premium projects. Okay, cool. So it looks like some sort of advanced launch pad there. They got gems as well. Gems.trade. It's a little trading site. So quick look at that popping up. Hi there, welcome. So there we go. Got a trading site as well. So interesting. There we are. That's gems. So that is top ones there. We've got, man, that interesting one, wasn't it? With the trading cards, boy, that could blow up big time. It's already just popped, so we didn't quite look at the full news. Probably some news there. So that is ready. Worth checking that one out. Now, total market cap 4.3 trillion, and we're going to have a look at Bitcoin next. So let's go to Bitcoin. We can see that Bitcoin is holding up pretty well, and we reached a new all-time high. We'll get rid of the overlays. And we have had a new all-time high in the last 24 hours. So we're, not only were we witnessing records in stock market last week, but now we're witnessing another new record in Bitcoin, and we got to $125,750 overnight. How about that? Let's go have a look at the hourly on this occasion and see what that looks like. So yeah, let's we're gonna have to reset the clock. And that is it. So yeah, wow, not too bad. When was that? How far ago was that? From now, it was 18 hours ago. So 18 hours ago, we had the new all-time high here, and we went to $125,750 on Coinbase. Amazing. And we are riding up that 50 moving average on the hourly. How about that? Pretty awesome. So that is looking good. Let's go back to the daily on the old Bitcoin. And I don't think we have to auto fit it. No, it's fine. And so yeah, we're above the 50-day. 50-day right now is at just under $115,000, let's say, and we're at 107,200 on the 200-day. So we're looking really good, ready to push for that 130, 150 mark, right? So that's just above us. So 130, 150 in here. So that is cool. So everything going pretty well. We've got lots of bullish news, and yeah, we're heading on up. So that is kind of cool. Let's go to Ethereum. We've got a bit more deep dive into Ethereum this time. We've got a couple of comments in the chat. We've got Check My Pulse. Good evening, Superman. Good evening to you. What's shaking Hexicans? We've got Sean O'Malley as well. Exhausted from the NRL game, was it, from yesterday? Everyone was watching that, apparently. And Frank White, bang, Pulse Gang. Hey, Frank, you've probably been a little bit busier recently. You've had to add a few new sites to your website, PLS Start. So probably hope that's a good sign, right? It's a good sign if you're having to suddenly start adding more sites to your site, and it's going to get pretty big, that page, which is pretty cool. Got to be tricky a little sometimes trying to categorize sites, especially ecosystem sites when they've got multiple categories. So maybe you just have to call one ecosystem or something like that. But that's tricky. Maybe cross tab them, cross population, or whatever they call it. Cross tabulation. I think that's the right one, is it? So yeah, we got the second phase, of course, of Ethereum. We're in that second phase is strategic ETH reserves acquiring their second wave of ETH. And so yeah, we have pretty much did our bearish scenario. We're now on to the upside, to the parabolic side of things, and we're excited about where this will go. Now, you guys know that Ethereum is currently at $4,520, and we recently got a new all-time high, didn't we, back here on the 24th of August, and we got to 49.55. And so we're currently got a 50-day moving average at 4,260 and an EMA 200 of just under 3,500. So we've bounced nicely off of this level at 38.25, and we're really getting really to rock and roll. And it really is getting to rock and roll here. Frank says, I've been working on some code not related to PLS Start. Very glad to take a break and watch this. Nice one, Frank. Keep up the good work. See, it's our Buddhas out there on the chain doing the thing. So this is kind of where we are right now. And we've got, the upside here, 8,000 to, let's say, 16,000, somewhere in between there, green part. Maybe I should just take that all the way up. How about that? I'll get rid of that arrow. Get rid of this arrow too. Don't need that. We got the green arrow, don't we? If I can get rid of it. Can I get rid of it? If I find that, I'll get rid of that and pull that down a little bit there. There, that's good enough. So that's our expected price path somewhere in there. Ziggy, zaggy, ziggy, zaggy. And that's towards Christmas time. So we'll see how we get on. Speaking on how we're getting on, we've got Blair in the house. Hi all, good to see you, Blair. Big shout out. Now, don't forget, if you guys are watching, don't forget to share the show around on X. Just takes a moment to hit the repost button. Appreciate that. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. If you're on X, don't forget to follow and help the channel grow. You guys know I've had to rebuild X. I lost my recently sized channel for no good reason, and I didn't. I peeled like 10 times and heard crickets. This is what happens. You hear nothing. You guys will find out pretty quick if you get banned on something, and you're like, "What the heck happened? Why?" I'm gonna peel. Oh, they're gonna fix it up. No, no one hears. There's crickets. Goes into the void. No one even responds. It's just the way it is. Every single person I've had so far has had that happen. So it's crazy. All right, so we're up to 16K at the top right now. That is where we might be heading. Now, the other big thing, of course, who's buying is strategic ETH reserves. On the main, they're really, really buying big. And this is really about to get ready to rumble. They've got a lot more to buy, millions and millions and millions of Ethereum, and potentially tens of millions if they're as serious as some of these indicators are. And while they've been buying, and we're going to have a look at the buying chart, they've been buying all the stuff. So see that green area? That green area there is the SERs, the strategic ETH reserves. They are ramped up, and they've been buying pretty full on since I wouldn't say. Well, we've got this here started in April, but really the ETH reserves have been buying pretty full on since let's say beginning of July. So beginning of July, particularly strong. I mean, they were buying in June, of course, but there was only 1 or 2 around. But we've really since July seen a ramp up. So July, August, September. That 3-month period. Now we're into October. So that 3-month period are dramatic, right? So let's see. Let's go back to the 1st of July here and see where they were at right now. So they're at about 5.5 million ETH, and then we've ramped up all the way up to the end of September, and we're at about 12. So it's gone from about 5 to 12 million ETH. So it's a lot of ETH, about 7 million ETH. Now, meanwhile, while that's all happening, a lot of that's happening with over OTC deals. Exchanges are buying stuff on behalf of like Bitmine immersion and stuff like that. The ETH on exchanges is going down dramatically. So you can see on this chart here, this is cryptoquant.com. You can see that the beginning of July here, see this? So we talked about the difference between like 5 million and 12 million between July and the beginning of July, end of September, so 3 months. We can see that July the 2nd, we were sitting around 20 million Ethereum on the exchanges, 20 million. So remember that. And now we are down, all the way down. We'll go to the end of September just to keep our similar time frame, which is not too far away. We were down to 16.4 million. So you're talking about just over 6.6 million. 3.6 million Ethereum that disappeared on the exchanges. So huge, guys, huge. And now we're even further down. We're coming into October, and we're at 16.2. So another 200,000 lower from just in that since October began. So we're down to 16.2 million. Now, still a lot of ETH on there. Let's be fair. So I mean, still a lot, but that's down dramatically from 20. Now, you guys know I've been using the number about 17 million. Well, we're down another million from that, just about. So, in fact, we are, because I was saying 17.3, I think it was. And so we're down another million lower than that since I was talking about that number. So really, the ETH is disappearing on exchanges, and you guys know the more it disappears, because you're going to have a lot of ETH that's just sitting around, trading around, but it's just increasing the chance of that parabolic rise. So, and like I said, these guys, so if you got that much less ETH around, and you got these guys wanting to buy millions and millions and millions, probably looking, I mean, if we just do some quick numbers here, so if we just have a look at some of these, we've still got 2.6, we've still got 3.5 million, 3.4 million from Bitmine that's got to be bought. So that would take that 16, just as a basic math, that would take it down to like 13 mil, maybe 12.5 mil. And then you've got apparently SharpLink now is re-rated from 1 million. They want to go for 5%, which is also 6 million. They've got to buy another 5 million. So now you're down, to 12, down to 7 million Ethereum on exchange, just using some simple math. And then you've got all these others down here like Nexus that's got $5 billion. They're wanting to buy something equivalent to 1 million Ethereum as well. So now you're down to like 6 million ETH on exchanges. So you get the idea. It's just a basic, just quick show you how this is all going to disappear. And these guys are all designed to stake it long term and earn income and get the multiple on the market there with the MNAV. So if that whole play works, as we've seen with strategy and stuff, then it's just game on, right? They're sticky buyers, so they're going to also reduce the volatility and maturity. They're arguably, obviously, the price will always temper that in the future, but that's kind of where we start getting revaluations of the Ethereum network, where the market starts perceiving a network value, and that could be, I think it was $60,000 Ethereum for the network value, if I remember rightly. So that's kind of where we are right now. But in time, the Ethereum value, as Tom Leewood might put it, might re-rate Ethereum depending on where Bitcoin goes to 400K. So they often use a ratio between the two. 2021 seems to be the ratio that Tom Lee likes to use. So I think if Bitcoin, Bitcoin gets to something like $1 million or something like that, then Ethereum gets re-rated to a much higher values. So it makes that sort of 60, 80K mark a lot more realistic. All right, so that's kind of where we are there at the moment. And of course, if Bitcoin gets to 13 million by 2045, which is where Michael Saylor's got it, then OMG. Ethereum's going to make you, Ethereum will be heading towards $1 million, right? Through Ethereum. So it's going to be crazy, guys. It's going to be crazy, especially if a lot of it's staked, right? Imagine the income earning from that too. So there's some pretty crazy scenarios. But remember, on the backdrop of things, crypto is still small. The market cap's still 4 trillion. So it's still a small market. So if you've got, first of all, you've got tens of billions and hundreds of billions and then trillions of dollars coming in by 2030, then it really is game on, right? It really is game on. And so you've got to really start to think about the future. Now, we've obviously still got market cycles, so just take that into account. And we think we're in the end of the most bullish one, but we think it's also going to be extended from 4 years to 5 years. Many people, not everybody, but a lot of people think that. And that's because of the impact of institutions coming in. And of course, everybody's basically coming in now, which we didn't have before in the 2021, right? Bull market case. So that's kind of where we are, and we've got a little bit of pushback. So that is the bullish scenario, and I think it's pretty, with these guys actually buying, the guys that are actually saying it's happening, actually buying millions of coins, and they've still got to buy millions of coins, and they want to do it as fast as they can, as cheap as they can. And so far, they've been doing it very, very well. We do have a little video from Tom Lee got challenged by a bit of an influencer. So we're going to go back and check that out, but we're going to go to this screen to do that. And Tom Lee's been going around selling the narrative of ETH acquisitions and the bullish case, making Ethereum the best bullish case in the next 10 years. And he got a little bit of pushback from an influencer, I think with 1.5 million views or something. We'll have a look at that because it's pretty damn funny. All right.
I want to get your reaction from a friend of the show, Andrew Kong. So Andrew Kong, I don't know if people saw this tweet, but it was titled, "Tom Lee's ETH thesis is retarded." He got about 1.5 million views. And basically his claim was that, yeah, look, it might be true that stablecoins are going to Ethereum, RWA is going to Ethereum, people, banks are going to use Ethereum, but they're not going to pay fees. Nobody's paying fees for any of this. This is all just a meme. And you should buy, robotics companies. I guess he's super big in robotics companies now. Do you have a counterpoint to what you saw coming out of the Andrew Kong camp, the doubters?
Well, as you know, in the crypto world, retarded is a good thing. So I took it as a compliment.
Okay, very good.
I'm ETH-tarding.
There you go. Good response. That's a very good response. Wow. Okay.
This is why this guy needs to be marketing every coin.
That's why Bitmine is number one. There you go. So
pretty funny response there. ETH-tarding. So as you guys know, of course, that brings us back to the PulseChain SAC. Is Tom Lee calling Richard Hart an ETH-tard? I think so. I think we're all ETH-tarding. That is pretty hilarious. So funny stuff there from Tom Lee. Matt and Barley's in the house there. So howdy. Good to see you, Matt, as always. Acid Thunder as well. Evening Superman. Big shout out to Acid Thunder. And of course, Fat Sammy's in the house there. Doing a great job out there for PulseChain as well. Tom Lee. Love Tom Lee. Yeah, pretty funny. What a great response. We're all ETH-tarding. There we go. It's going to become a term now that woke is on the defensive, at least in certain parts of the world. We can use we can use our free language rather than having words used against us. That's what the progressives and the woke like to do. They like to use words against us, like climate change. just take the word climate that we have to use in everyday language, take change we have to use in everyday language, can put them together, and they like to use it against us, doesn't they? But we're free now. We are ETHards. There are ETHards. It's worth celebrating, I think. All right. That is where we are right now. So that was pretty much a breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's Ethereum. That's going to lead us into Richard Hart. Of course, Richard Hart has been speaking to us, and so we're going to go and see what his insights are. And I'm looking forward to you guys' interpretation as well. I'll give you my interpretation, and if you guys want to get in the chat there, let us know what you thought. If I'm not, you think I'm not interpreting it right, you let me know. Look forward to that in the chat there. But let's go to Richard Hart. He has been speaking to us today. I say, let me just refresh to make sure I got the latest and greatest. But he's been speaking to us today. We appreciate that, Richard. So let's scroll down here. And let's pull this up. All right, this is the first one. We've got a couple of posts, at least 2 posts, I should say. Let's go to the Richard Hart. So Richard Hart said, I've been promoting cryptocurrency publicly since Bitcoin was 30 times cheaper than it is now. I've been participating in Bitcoin since it was under $1. It was $125,000 today. Ethereum was trading as low as $8 when people were buying it to run hex.com. So Ethereum was trading at as low as $88 when people were buying it to run hex.com. Code, of course, talking about the Hex, Hex AA lobby and all that. It was $4,600 today. Along the way, there were lots of 85 and 95% dips. Heck, Ethereum was just $880 3 years ago, and Bitcoin was $15,500. A little bit of insights there from Richard around the markets, and of course, he's talking about there's mad gains to be had, and of course you get big volatility with it. And so here's got the Bitcoin chart posting there, and showing the price where it's up to at the time, and it's got a 3,000% gain there from back in 2018, showing there on the chart. And then he's got 2.5 hours taking questions from chat, everything, talking about everything. He posted that, and that was back in 2017 there. So covering that was from Richard Hart today. And so that's up 3,000%. So where will PulseChain be? He had another comment here 8 hours ago. With Bitcoin at all-time highs, I have to remind you that lots of people choose not to sell things for less than they paid them for. So my interpretation of that is that things are going to go up in value, right? Things are going to go up in value generally. So that is from Richard there. So let me know your thoughts on some of those posts in the chat. I'd be really interested in your interpretation. Oh, we did get a third post there. Good thing I refreshed. It's just sometimes you just know when he's posting, he's going to be doing another one there. He says, I've been through so many 80 and 90% dips, so very many. Oh, well, so is everyone else that we've been here too. What I care about isn't the short-term price. What I care about is the infrastructure, the technology, the competitiveness. If you market well, a better thing should find more adoption than a worse thing. I feel better promoting better tech than worse tech. Now, we saw recently upgrade, of course, for PulseChain. We do know that they seem to be customizing that now. We haven't seen that for ages, so that's been pretty bullish. We know that Richard's on the move. We had 3 big updates recently with the Explorer and the Bridge, and of course, GoPulse for validating, and the blockchain. So we've seen some pretty big updates recently. And this was in addition to what we saw earlier in the year. We saw the OA wallets move, and of course, we've seen the yields on Hex lower. We've seen the incentive pools for Pulse Exchange with the incentive token inflation. We've seen a number of moves from Richard Hart already and his dev team, right? So things are on the move there, and now we've seen him move into promotions, right? So we've definitely seen a ton of chess moves from Richard, just getting ready. PulseChain ready for the chain, and of course we've seen plenty of shakeouts, plenty of black swans, plenty of grey swan events, and only the truly tough people will survive. We even saw last week a big sacrifice wallet, number 18 for Pulse, and number about 58 I think it was for PulseX, about $6 million SAC, start selling their PulseX out. So another one, bites the dust, so to speak, probably chasing some of the majors out there. So we've seen quite a lot of things happen in the space. The second highest market cap crypto is vastly superior to the highest, talking about Ethereum. And I know another project that is just like the second, PulseChain, but with more opportunity. But not enough people have heard about it yet. So promotion. Lots of people think they've tried everything. But when you look back at what they actually did, it was just a couple of things, nowhere near everything. I got a short list of things that would be great to try, but I can't share it publicly for competitors know how to read too. And of course, we know Richard is the master chess player there. But sometimes, like a fine wine, they take a little bit of time to play out. And that's definitely where PulseChain is. Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. And that's back to something I always say, right? I use a different word, consistency, but they are related to each other. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan "Press on" has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. I do not give up. I persist. So if you're out there and you're feeling a little bit down about PulseChain, I have seen a few comments in some of our social chats. Just be persistent and be more patient. I know it might take a couple of years longer than you thought, but the master is at hand. He's making his moves, and just like a fine wine, it is I guess curating there or something like that, percolating. I don't know. You decide the word, but it is on the move. So that is from Richard Hart. I do not give up. I persist. So is that the saying that needs to go out right now? Maybe we'll put that out amongst the community. I do not give up. I persist, in quotes, Richard Hart, of course, October the 6th. You saw it there, and that is pretty cool from Richard. So we're going to post that out. Pretty neat on that one. So that is kind of cool from Richard. We might as well post all these out, actually. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it live. All right, so that's kind of cool from Richard. Can't comment in any of these posts, interesting enough, but that is very cool because he has no followers now. He has no followers. Just like RH Max. RH Max has no followers. Following people. But I like following people, so I've still got my followers. What else? We got a few other people in the chat here. Let's jump through some of these. Crypto Jackson House, they smash that like and subscribe. Absolutely. Crypto Jacks, big shout out for that. Don't forget to hit the repost button. Absolutely. We got Al in the house there. Maybe if the establishment fully embraces ETH, it'll push all the true believing diehard crypto bros onto PulseChain. Well, I think we just see today that I think the White House was talking about no corporate tax on Ethereum earnings or something like that. We'll have to double check that. Did see that post out earlier. It didn't have the right source for it to talk about. Like to make sure I got some sort of primary source for that, at least a credible source. Crypto Jackson house there, woohoo! Good to see you, Crypto Jacks. Big shout out, woohoo! I like that. Excitement is good. Hey, we got Tam in the house there doing an amazing job with X Spaces, and just one of the top female influencers we've got doing amazing stuff. So keep up great work there, Tam. Hello, my lovelies. There we go. We love that. M Condor in the house there. There has to be an easier way to buy in. It has to be an easier way. We have got a lot of things happening in the spaces to make it a lot easier. We've got obviously Hyperlane now. We've got integrations there with Ramp now coming up. We've got gasless purchases with Liberty Swap, and they're all ramping up to 40 chains, 130 chains. So it's all happening. It's all happening. I guess it won't take them too long. They're also building up their liquidity pools and, of course, the amount per transaction. So it's been very useful. And we've got a couple of options, at least 2-3 options now, where you can go from bank to PulseChain. So bank to PulseChain. Is that another catchphrase? Bank to PulseChain. I don't know. Maybe it's already been done. We've got Brendan in the house there. Brendan says, sounds like RH is here for the tech. Yeah, maybe Faster Abdul and Richard Hart need to have a chat. You have a chat on live stream. Now, we know it's going to be pretty ballistic once, Richard comes back to streaming. And I don't know if he'll stream like he used to exactly, but I think he could definitely do a couple of streams here and there. That would certainly be pretty exciting. I will not give up. I persist is the most bullish thing I've heard in ages. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it, Al? Yeah, well said, well said. Property View says, great show, thanks. I appreciate Property View. Big shout out to you as well. Awesome stuff. So don't forget, guys, if you're watching, don't forget to smash out the repost button on the show link. And of course, I always encourage you to do it for other PulseChain and crypto influencers out there. It helps a lot with the algorithms and pumping your own bags. This is a cliche, isn't it? Pumping your own bags. So that is it right now. All right, so that's from Richard Hart. So Richard Hart speaks, and hey, look, I mean, he's probably going to do another post. I don't know. He's in a post frenzy right now, which is cool. We love that. So that is from Richard Hart. That's the man there. For those that are not too familiar with PulseChain, that is Richard Hart, the founder of PulseChain and Hex. And of course, Hex was one of the top 4 coins in the last bull market. So, and we're expecting great things from Hex in the future. Right time, right place in that regards. So that's kind of cool. Let's jump over to the PulseChain results. PulseChain launched on the 30th of May, 2023. And it was a full system stake fork of Ethereum on the 10th of May, 2023. And since the 30th of May, 2023, we're now 877 days later. It's like a time machine. Time machine. All right. So that's how far away we are been from there. I don't know. I'm going dyslexic. But anyway, I'm an ETH tard. Well, now I'm a Pulse tard as well. Pulse tard magic. That's where we are right now. And so we've got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0335, down 3% today. So a little, still accumulation zone. That's all we can say. And of course, we're down at 34% of the main sacrifice price. PulseX at the moment, after last week's whale smashing, is at quadruple 0212, down 2.9%. And we're sitting at 21.2% of the main sacrifice price. The buy and burn at the moment is 7.83% of PulseX has been bought up and burned. We've got incentive token at the moment, $1.28, down 1.2%. So it's actually the best performer today, the Richard Hart core coins. And we've got the Hex. Well, I guess we have to take into account EHEX, and therefore EHEX is actually the best because no change in price. So I have to correct myself there slightly. Hex at the moment is at 78/100th of a penny, down 2.25%. And the combined price of EHEX, which is at 28/100th of a penny, and PHEX is 1.06 cents. So still over 1 cent combined there at the moment. Gas prices, we're sitting at 900,000 beats, which is, a little on the high side, not as high as yesterday. Yesterday was about 1.3 million. We've been sitting around about 600,000 to 800,000, recent days before that. We're at 1 cent for a PulseX swap right now. Validators, let's see if we've got any growth there. Pretty similar to yesterday, 52,985. Not too much change there. The bridge right now, and we might do a little snapshot comparison. The bridge right now is at 112.8 million, pretty much the same as yesterday. Let's have a look at our snapshot, which I think is about 2 weeks old. Let me just double check. Maybe it's not. No, it's much older than that. 12th year. It's ages ago. It's almost a month. It's not quite a month. It's like 3.5 weeks ago. So we were sitting at 113.3 million then. Sorry, no, let me. What the date is this? Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing there. 21st. So what's that? 9. Well, 14. It's 2 weeks. So it is 2 weeks. So we were at 113.3 million 2 weeks ago. We're at 112.8, and we know EHEX has played a big role in that. So ETH was down. ETH is still down. DAI is still down. USDC is still down, and USD Tether is still down. But EHEX was up. So EHEX is basically offsetting. Not almost. We're about $500,000 short. So we do still need a lot of stables and ETH to come over, but we know that can quickly turn around. I think yesterday was actually a net inflow into PulseChain after the whale sold out yesterday, last week I should say. So I still think he's got that $1 million of Pulse though. So I don't know if that's moved. I don't think it has moved yet. So based on where the markets are, but could be wrong. I don't think it has. What else? We've got a couple of comments in here. Matt and Barley says the market has proven it doesn't care about technology, only cares about green candles and numbers go up. Yeah, but I think he's probably more referring to getting things set up right for growth and for the big, big opportunities there. But you're quite right. We've, we're still ticking along there quite nicely, and green candles are the ultimate mover for sure. Green candles is definitely a strong sell point, says Brennan. Absolutely. What else we got? But just remember, green candles is also important, but having a low base is also important, right? Having a low base to go from, which we've got. We've definitely got a low base. So when green candles come, it should be pretty good. Not much time left, Brennan, and we know we've got thin liquidity as well. All moves that Richard Hart did in the beginning of the year. And of course, we have been, you guys know, actually, we're coming up to the end of the 3-month period, which I said, after the 7th of July, which is when we got free from the SEC, defeated the SEC by Richard Hart and his lawyers. We could have had, between 30 and 90 days. We're at the end of the 90 days pretty much tomorrow. And so, this could be the beginning of takeoff time, and it is perfectly timed with Q4, October, and the bull market cycle that we're expecting. So, we could be right at this pivot point right now, maybe today, tomorrow, on the old PulseChain, and we've got that low base for massive gains and thin liquidity for massive gains. So we shall see. We'll just have to keep tabs on that, those wild, sacrifice whales that are out there. MVS in house there. Good morning, Pulse family. Big shout out to Crypto MVS. Of course, Crypto MVS there is the editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread, PulseChain's weekly newsletter, and as well as the promotional lead for the Crypto Night Show. Big shout out. Keep up the great work there, MVS. And of course, he's battling it out right now on Gladiator tournament, and I think he's top of the table right now, as he has been the last couple of weeks. So he's quite the gladiator. He loves the bloodshed of the game. We got Slarty in house there. Are you in New Zealand, bro? I am in New Zealand. Good to see you, Slarty. Yeah. And I've been covering PulseChain and Hex, at least particularly Hex, of course, for 6 years now on live stream. So it's been a while. Brendan's in house there. RH did send Hex after BCAT. Well, that's the main thesis, isn't it, Brendan? Is that you don't want to, why would you sell off some Ethereum or do anything with that if you want to turn $750 million into a lot more. So let me jump over to that now, and let's go to the treasury there, since we're talking about that. So we're up at almost 20%, $124 million from we had the starting amount was $628 million, and we're currently valued at $752 million. So up $125 million almost on that. So why would you ever do anything with that? Until it's going into the billions, because we know it's going into the billions, right? And so why would you even do anything now? You could scrape off 10 million and move the market pretty amazingly on PulseChain. But why do that? Why just wait till it gets to the billions and then you scrape off 10 million and be like nothing? Be like, oh yeah, hey little kid, come up, you want your pocket money for the week? Go buy lollies. Yeah, it'd be just that cheap, that cheap. Won't even notice it. So I think that's the main thesis. But he's talked about fractionalization before and other things like that, and I think that's a smart play. So we may see something around that. We don't even move the asset necessarily. We'll see what he's got up his sleeve. Could we see the same move again? Well, I think we're going to see the same move again, but we could see a few little changes on the way. We'll see. And remember when Hex moved, Hex, there's a lot of differences, of course. I'm not going to get all the differences about when Hex moved. But it did happen in something like 13 parabolics. So it can happen a lot earlier than peaking out in September, October 21 did. And remember, God mode candles are always in the game, right? God mode candles are always in the man, and there's other capital around, right? Other capital. We might just see one of those sometime, right?
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.
So that could happen, that could happen. And just like that came out of the blue, I mean, that was uncontrollable. That just came out. It could happen at any time. But, don't rely on it. Richard said this in the past, don't rely on it. Just keep building and marketing and everything else. The community's got to work, get out there too. So kind of cool. He is working, and we are working. There we go. It's almost biblical in some ways, but we're not going to go down that path since I'm Christian and I'll get in trouble. So we got that. That's where we are right now on the old goalposts, and we've got the markets right now, $15.6 million in volume, and we've got 301,000 transactions in the last 24 hours here on Deck Screener. Now, obviously, we've got new tokens all the time. I'm not endorsing any new tokens. They just happen to be up. Some of them may be scams. We've seen several scams on PulseChain, and we'll always have scams as part of crypto. But you've got to be very, very careful, even more careful now with the introduction of a lot of AI developments. So AI can do a lot more tricky stuff, like put up fake new DeFi protocols that don't actually exist. Saw that the other day, and so you have to be very, very careful out there now, even more careful than before. And check your links and use official links and save them to your favorites, all that good stuff, and not just a FOMO into every new coin that comes out. So there we go. Always use DGN accounts as well. All the rest of it, all the smart track, smart stuff. So we got Black token at the moment, been out for 9 hours, up 1,200%. We got Missile right now is from Finvestor. The OG Web Chef's been doing pretty well the last 3 or 4 days, and they got I think a new algorithm running, and that's up 12.6% right now. X Game, of course, has been the talk of the town, and we are very excited about it. This could be PulseChain's first killer app. So talking about people building things, well, Firewall is building, and he holds on to the thesis also that Richard will move, obviously, after the re-rate and probably the PulseChain SAC and any other bags he's holding, whether it's AA Lobby, ETH, or anything else. And so that's kind of cool. We got UFO right now, 6.3% on the move there. We got RSI oversold. I think they've got something new coming from our RSI. I saw something yesterday. They're going to talk about something today. I'm not sure if that's come out yet, but RSI, I did see something them teasing about some new thing coming out. Let's have a quick look and see whether they've got anything out yet. But I did see them say something yesterday. Pretty sure it was yesterday. The 10th of the 9th, the RSI ecosystem will be forever changed on Thursday. The new token is unlike any other. It's completely unseen on PulseChain. The secret is that it has the power to pump the entire RSI ecosystem while also pumping itself. We will release more about it every day until it's live. For now, the rest remains hidden. So there we go. That is from the RSI team. So it looks like people are liking that. Look at that. Everyone's pretty happy about that. So that is RSI. So I did see that yesterday. And it looks like they've had a little pump fest over the week. That's the weekly chart there. Let's go to the daily. It's off the bottom too, almost. Not quite the bottom, but coming off the local bottom there. And it's having a nice little move. So we'll keep a lookout for that. That is RSI. What else we got going? We've got obviously Trump token there. That's up 3.7%. We've got Source on Minimi, our big corporate. There's at 4.4 cents, and they're just sitting back, letting them burn the token off, basically. So yeah, let's see what burning they've been doing lately. We're going to have a look through there. This may be one of them. 6 hours ago, that may be what. Normally they do a triple buy and burn, but nevertheless, that may be one of their burns. Let's have a look further down, because they definitely weekend they turn off. They must go on holiday. The weekend they don't do many buy and burns. It looks like maybe they've gone down to double buys now. It looks like they've gone down to double buys. And they used to have triple buys. So yeah, it looks like they're doing about 50,000 tokens. So they're just sitting back on this. I mean, they could burn a lot of these tokens. There's a triple buy. That's definitely the official buy and burn there. And what did they get there? 100 and almost 200 something thousand tokens. So that's going to be burned off. So they're slowly getting there. But they've obviously got big launches. There's another one there. So big launches. They've got probably, I expect they've got way more than $10 million sitting in their buy and burn treasury. You could reasonably work it out to a pretty good number, I think. Obviously, we don't know their sales growth, but their sales growth last year was unbelievable, 430% in the second half of the year. And so, yeah, they could be easily well in excess of 10 million. They apparently started their buy and burn reserve at the beginning of this year. And we estimated that last year's numbers would have been about $16 million US, and they certainly haven't spent anything like that, and have been growing at a fast rate. We know that they've got the second production plant. I think they had a few little teasing problems getting it on, but apparently they had sold out all the volume on that. So yeah, there's definitely a story to follow here on Source Sun Mini Meal, our first corporate, and potentially introducing institutional investors. Coming up at least with this, possibly through the Floyne listing expected, and we'll keep a tab on that. That is Source Sun Mini Meal. We got Firewall right now. One of Firewall's, obviously his brand, the token, up 1.1%. Your Mum at the moment up slightly as well, and PTC the Grey just up slightly also with the dive here. Everything else is slightly down in US dollar terms, all the way down. So we're going to scroll all the way down there. Not down a lot, just a few percentage points, most of it. Then we do have some heavy, other ones that have been sold out. So we've got SolidX down quite a bit, down 13%. Obviously, SolidX staking is coming up after X Games, but obviously we've probably seen a lot of money leave SolidX chasing down X Game, right? So that's probably what we've seen there. And so that X Game's been in the short term I guess paid the price for X Game, and of course once Solid X staking comes out, we may see a strong reversal there with the old Solid X. We'll keep a lookout for all that. And so on. So that's kind of some of the highlights there. Now we're going to jump over to where are we going? We're going somewhere else here. We're going to go to quickly. I'm going to move away from PulseChain quickly, but let's see who else comments we've got here. EL says, I think Somi is spot on that pumping while the PMI is below 50 would just be a waste. So yeah, so people talking about the business cycle. Yeah, that's definitely a big narrative. That's why we're very bullish about a very bullish future in front of us, not only with the crypto cycle, but also with the golden age of America. And so yeah, it's got Tom Lee has it that we're halfway through the event. And therefore, and that's all based on the PMI and stuff. So, yep, no surprises there. Dewey Scum in house there. Yo, what up, yo? Good to see you, Dewey Scum. Big shout out. Hey, welcome to everybody. Don't forget to spread the word out there. We're up to 51 minutes on the hour, and don't forget to check that out. Now we're gonna quickly jump over to Jack Levin, the vampire, and talk about X1 briefly because the snapshot is coming up tomorrow, US time, Monday, and so we're going to quickly talk about that. And that's going to be a Solana fork with all the bells and whistles, technological bell whistles like EigenLayer and XDEX, and there's a couple of other protocols in the ecosystem. Degen, the token launcher, and a couple other protocols are out there as well. But we're going to quickly bring that up, just quickly talk about that before we get into Gladiator games. So let me just jump into there. Let's see, let's bring that up there. So we're going to briefly look at this. And back we go. All right. So we've got X1 right coming up. It's about to launch. They've got the snapshot tomorrow is the case on Monday. So for validator rewards, there's been a massive jump in validators. Remember, there's a proof of stake side or validating, which is the X1 validators is over 520 now. It's been a big jump because of the reward package that's coming up for them. You got to be in the Genesis snapshot for the blockchain tomorrow, and so that's tomorrow. So validator count has spiked in ahead of that. So it's kind of some of the big news there. You do need a backpack wallet, which is kind of a red wallet on your Chrome browser. You do need one of those plus X1, and yeah, so that's going to be interoperable there. It's got Solana and X1. And of course, they're going to be, it's going to be pretty fun to see that play out. They're also going to obviously have XDEX and the Degen launchpad. Jason is the dev for that. There's a lot of Jasons around, of course, but that's Jason doing that. And this is the thing that got everyone excited around the validators. Why we've seen a big jump is because of the X1 rewards there for validators. The snapshot is tomorrow, which means that the chain can't be too far away after that, probably within a week or two. Now, I do also know that XDEX as well is going to be... I think that was back up here, wasn't it? XDEX is going to be, they got a new wallet upgrade tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe this week, let's say, coming up the week ahead. But it's going to happen just after the Genesis snapshot there, which is coming up for X1. So there's a lot of stuff happening in that space. Finally, it looks like it's pretty close to launching. Jack Levin did it's given many launch dates, but I think it really is here now between September and November, and we're right now in October. So looks like that is about to happen, and we shall see how it goes. Now, Zen, of course, was going to be originally a big beneficiary. I think there'll be a beneficiary, but I don't think it's going to be as big as people think. Doesn't mean that Zen won't pump at some stage, but I think Jack Levin's talked about, once there's value, basically, then the burn parties and all the Zen credits will happen. So I just think it's going to be a bit further down the line, because obviously, if you create value on a chain, are you really wanting to share all that value or get dumped on by a whole ton of Zenikins? So we'll keep a look out there, and we'll try and base our information on as best as we can. But at the moment, I can't really see it too much. So yeah, and the Zen price has not really reacted to it in any way, and is at the bottom of the price range. So we'll keep a look out. I'm sure it'll have some value at some stage, but we'll see where that lands there. Now, people, obviously, if it's super cheap, can buy lots of it, and that will be, transferable value. So we may see some big players decide to move the chart a bit, and that could be the counter argument there. Right, so that is X1. So that was a quick dive into that. That is getting pretty close, it looks like. And that's pretty interesting. That's, it launches October. because we've also got obviously Firewhale X game out with the big whale, and also potentially Coin Whale is supposed to be launching in Q4, which maybe October. So that could be pretty cool. Man, imagine all those big launches all at once, whether it's PulseChain or X1 Solana Fork, could be pretty amazing. Now, the one thing I was going to say about XDEX is going to be launching on Solana first too. So you're going to have that dual benefit on so it could be pretty good mad gains there with that one. But Solana and X1. So yeah, pretty neat. If you're into mad gains, could be pretty good. All right, so that's that. Let's pick up the. We're going to go to the. We're going to go to Gladiator Games on PulseChain, and we're going to talk about that. The first fully operational game that's causing a lot of excitement. Obviously, there's a game wave. We already got Mafia, which is like 80-90% launched, and now we've got. Gladiator Games, which is fully out there, and we've got other games. We've got Giza coming. Apparently, we'll keep a track on that. Obviously, it's not out until it's out, right? We all know that. And so we're going to talk about the Gladiator battles. Let me turn it. So we're going to do that now. Let me just rejig things a little bit. We do it on the fly. Do it live. I'm doing it live. Doing it live. B&B, yeah, we got X Games too, right? So we got, we're having a bit of a game wave, either casinos / gaming. Pretty exciting. If X Games wasn't partnered with 9inch, it would be great. But after those guys drained wallets, including mine, I can't support. Hey, look, I mean, I've seen that criticism out there, and it's fair enough, dude. It's fair enough. The only thing is they have they got a part peering in 9inch. I think most of their capitals now moved away on X. It's on a Pulse X. They also moved from PDI to the Richard Art cause. So I think most of their liquidity is outside. I know they did the LPX as well, 28 million. So yeah, that's kind of where it is at the moment. But happy open mind on that for sure. Yeah, I have seen some videos and stuff from 9inch that not very good, right? So I do feel for that. All right, so let me jump away to. Let me jump away to the Gladiator Games. I've got to set it up now. I was got distracted a little bit there. Let me go full screen, shall we, on this, and then we'll pull that up. Let me just 1 moment. 1 moment, caller. 1 moment, caller. All right, let's switch out these screens. And I wish there was a slightly faster way of doing it, but that is what it is. It is what it is, as they say. All right. Let's bring back the mojo. Bring back the mojo. All right, there we go. We are back. Gladiator Games. Just ramping up. It's early days. Tournament number 4, weekend number 4, and the prizes keep getting bigger. So the run rate at the moment over $40,000 in prizes a year. But next weekend, they understand the prizes are going to go up and up. So at the moment, they're at about $800. But it looks like the prizes, and you can see that on the screen there. We've got apparently it could be going up over $1,000, and maybe even higher than that, coming up for tournament number 5. So really is exciting. Once it does that, of course, the run rate is over $50,000 a year. So it's a big jump, 25% jump. And the more players, the bigger the prizes. So the more people that jump on and play, the more self-fulfilling the bigger prizes come. In a couple of months' time, we could have $4,000 or $5,000 weekend tournaments. And suddenly you're up, up at big dollars. You're up at like $250,000 in gaming on Gladiator Games a year. So that's getting some decent, pretty serious money. And of course, the more money that attracts more players and more so on. So we really are at the beginning, guys, and the prices are pretty awesome. I'm not aware of anything else on PulseChain right now that's paying out. Obviously, Mafia is coming up with the Vault, but that's pretty locked down with the families. I mean, let's be fair. To take out a family in Mafia these days, most of the families are locked up. It's going to be pretty near impossible. So that means Gladiator Games really opens up the payments for anybody to come in and play, right? So it's kind of cool like that, and everyone's pretty supportive there. So anyway, here we are, tournament number 4, the fight for glory, and we can see the $775 in the Generation 2 Gladiators. So every 2 weeks, people have the opportunity to breed new gladiators, and that's basically down here. You go breed a male and female together. That's how biology works. And we got you just put in a female here and put in a male, and then you can click breed, You pay 50,000 Roam tokens, and you customize your gladiator first, and you pay 50,000 Roam tokens, which is pretty cheap right now, and you can breed a new gladiator, a new level of gladiator, higher than the ones before. So it's pretty awesome what you can do there. So that will go up, and so at the moment we're at Gladiator 2s, and so the prize for that is $775. Top prize is $200. Second to fifth place is $100. The sixth to seventh place is $50, and the eighth to 10th place are $25 each. So top 10 are cash prizes. Now, as the game gets bigger, the prizes will arguably get bigger, and so therefore, what the eighth to ninth place could become $100, etc. Number one place could become $500, etc. every weekend. So it's money that a lot of people want to chase down. And of course, the second generation, or the generation 1, at the moment, it's got a smaller prize at the moment, $30, but that can always increase too. And first place $15, second place $10, and third place $5 there. And I must say, the legendary gear is actually really valuable. So if you're after top tier gear, if you get number 11 or 20th, then you're going to get legendary gear. 4th to 10th on the generation 1 is also legendary gear, pretty useful for that level. So generation 1 or generation 2 legendary gear, they're both different for each level. So you're pretty cool. We got tournament 1 here with the generation 1 gladiators, and then we got the generation 2 gladiators here, which I am in. Right, I'm in this one. All you have to do is get your gladiator. You can put it in, and then you can just go register, and you'll be able to register for that. 300,000 gold, which is one gold equals 1 pulse, so it's 300,000 pulse there, and you can register. Now, obviously, this tournament's almost over in 5 hours. There's 5 hours left to go. It runs for about 2.25 days, 2.5 days, something like that, over the weekend. And at the moment, the standings are as follows. So there are 14 players this week. Last week, there was 16. So this week there was 14. Obviously, PulseChains have been a little bit demure the last week. People have been down a little bit, but the gladiators keep fighting on. So the next target for next weekend probably be 20. Get 20 players or something like that, and just slowly every week just building up the community, which is going pretty nicely. We had a lot of cool people jump into Telegram, both influencers and non-influencers in the community. Over the last couple of days. So, things are starting to really pick up there with interest. So it's pretty exciting. At the moment, we've got Brad at the top there, and he's sitting at the winning spot there. We've got Sandris at number 2 as well. They're both on 26 wins, but Brad has got 7 losses and Sandris has got 12 losses. So that means that Brad is currently winning. Then we have Crassus at number 3, Rudolph, I guess we'll just call it, at number 4 there, Jim Johnson at number 5. And then we've got Lidio there at number 6. So if we go to the prize pools there, they're in, I guess, first place 200, second to fifth place 100. So, I don't want to fight yet. So we got 1 to 5 there are all in cash prizes. So those guys, $200 and $100. Then we get to the next level, which was 6th to 7th, $50. So we go back here again. So 6 and 7. So Lido and Gilbert there, $50 at the moment. It's still 5 hours to go, so they could get pushed out of their position. We'll see. And then we got 8, 9, and 10. 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, I think 8, 9, and 10 get $25 each. So that's 8, 9, and 10. Phil, Jeebus, and Galactus. Now Galactus, of course, is one of my fighters. So I'm only at number 10 on this fighter, and so but I do get a cash prize at the moment if I hold on to it. So I've got 5 hours to go. And then, of course, everybody else in 11th to 20th place. So since there's only 14 players at the moment, these final 4 all get legendary gear, which is pretty valuable, actually, in the market. So it's worth like 600,000 pulse or something like that for most items at legendary status. So pretty cool. Now, we're going to have a quick little game. Now, you won't be able to hear the sound effects because I'm kind of doing that. But let me just post the link to the website so you guys can check it out. And we'll post that if you guys want to participate. So there we go. Grumpy says, "Cool, very cool project. Press on." Yeah. So let me just post the link to that. That is in the chat there. And I might also go to the live stream and just post the link to the website. You can join up to all the socials there on that. I've just got all the Richard Hart stuff there at the moment. Let me just jump down and I'll post that link. Oh, where's it going? Just posting the link there underneath the live stream on X and in the chat here on live stream. So kind of cool. So that is the link there. Gladiator Games Crypto.net is the first full operational top tier game on PulseChain. Now the animations are going to be improved over time as well. Currently, they're 2D 2D animations, but they will be moving to 3D in time as well. So the stronger the game, the quicker that happens. The other cool thing I like about Gladiator games, not only is it a pretty big game, because I'm only talking about the tournament side of it today, but it's a huge, economic side of it and all the rest of it, crafting weapons and all sorts of things you can do. The Gladiator games itself, let's have a play. Let's play. So I'm going to choose my Gladius. I don't know if someone's on there to fight me at the moment. We'll just have to see, because you can only fight someone, I think, 3 times, although we have had some funny stuff with that this time. But let's see if there's a fight on, and wish me luck, because it's always harder to fight on live stream. All right, let's go. There's no one there. We'll find out. Yeah, no one's there at the moment. So if there's no one there, or if you fought people, if someone else is in the fighting queue, and you fought them before too many, like 3 times or whatever it is, then you won't be able to play. You won't be able to fight them. You'll have to wait for somebody. So that is just the way it goes. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to fight someone in the tournament right now. So it's waiting there. So it's just waiting. And if someone does pop up, it will show up the game. So we're not going to rail around for that, because I want to show you some gameplay. And I will be in there after the live stream, because I got to go in and battle some more. But let me just jump over to the gladiators. And I'm going to, I don't know if someone may be in the battle. Let's go to battles. These are one-off battles, and no one's in the one-off battles at the moment. So I'm going to go to gladiators, and I'm going to do an AI fight. So you can actually fight yourself. It's this way to train on the game. And I've become pretty good with training on the game, which is pretty good. So, I've been pretty happy with my performance, particularly in the last 2 days. I've just suddenly, like, at first you're like a bit butterfingers, and you're like, what the heck am I doing? And you come up against really good players, and you're going, oh, I'm getting smashed. But actually, if you start doing the AI and start practicing, you actually get quite good, and then suddenly you get good. It's like you suddenly get good, and that's kind of what's happened the last 2 days. So I've really got much better. But during the live stream, I'll probably absolutely botch up, but that's the way it goes. So let me just go and fight myself. Shall we go fight myself? Let's do it. There we go. I'm fighting myself here, which is pretty crazy. You guys can't hear the sound effects, but the sound effects. Here we go. All right, so I did pretty well there out of the gate. So that was pretty cool. Now there's strikes. Like this. I'm doing strikes. There's wounds. I can wound them, and I can also do special kicks as well. I can jump up and down. I can wound them. I have to hit 6 and 7. That gives me a lot of energy and battle cries. So I'm doing pretty average against the person. I can also use some bandages and food that heals me if I do that. So pretty cool. All right. So how am I doing? I'm doing okay. At the moment against myself. I'm starting to win now. So now execute comes on. There's a button that comes on at the end called execute, and it's like, it's got music and everything, but it's got a special strike comes on number 5 called execute at the end. If the player that you're defeating gets 10% below on their health, basically, you can use a special strike to take them out, and it's really cool. You just hit that, and it's real powerful, and it gets rid of them pretty much. Sometimes you have to do it twice, but it's pretty neat. And so you also get some resources from winning in the AI, which is really important, because you need those resources for crafting new weapons and clothes and all sorts of stuff, in medicine for the fighting. So it's really, really cool. You can play AI fights all day, get resources for free. Pretty neat. You also get some Gloria and some, it says gold here, but you don't get any gold in this one. Orium is gold, but you don't get any gold because this is just an AI game, right? It's not the actual main one. Now, if you go to battle, of course, you can set up individual battles any time of the week with other people. You can get the telegrams, hey, I want to battle you, get in there, and the battles will pop up there. But the tournaments are on every weekend, and we're on tournament number 4, the Fight for Glory, and there's $800 right now. So it's really, really cool. Quite easy game for everybody to get, play. It's not, rocket science. And the big cash prizes, everyone's in for that, especially when the markets are down. If you want to go earn a bit of extra, kind of cool. Now, there is a bit of investment for some of these things as well, but there's always shortcuts. And what I suggest always is get in the week now. So you'd get in now and get ready for the tournament in the next weekend. That way you've find out all the quick cheat sheets for getting getting strong characters, etc., and so on. So that's pretty neat. Now I probably will do a live stream on strategy on how to get your gladiator really good, really fast. And also, obviously, fighting skill, you just have to play the game, fight AI all the time and fight a few battles maybe. But it's pretty easy to do. So all you have to do is get a DGM wallet. As you guys know, we're in DeFi. So you get a DGM wallet set up with its own keys, etc. Put some Pulse in it. And then, of course, you can connect up and then you can just buy gold. One gold equals one Pulse. So that's what you'll need. Now, the tournament, as we know, once you're good enough or once you want to go on the tournament, you can do that. Now, remember, the tournament is not just level 2. It is level 1 as well. So you've got beginner gladiators in there as well. You can jump into those and battle away also. So that might be something to ease yourself into. Or you can go into the market. If you come in late, you can go into the market, buy gladiators off the market. So you can go buy generation 2 and you can buy gladiator off the market. They got no armor. They're just what we call naked gladiators. Ooh, naked gladiators. But and then you can just dress them up with all the weapons, and you can just go to equipment and click buy, and you'll be able to buy lots of different equipment. Now there's different qualities to equipment, so you definitely want to get some of the top ones, either epic or legendary if you can, because it's going to make you a lot better chance of winning by a big mile. And so all the red stuff is legendary weapons. All the epic stuff is in orange, I think. Yeah, orange. So that's the next level down, and you can see the differences in the damage that they do. Things like that. So that's the way of working it. Just to put your mouse over, and it gives all the different stuff there. So there are 5 key qualities that you want to get really high, which is damage, stamina, strength, speed, and crit chance. Crit chance just means critical chance. Impacts the damage of the blow that you have, I think, on the other player. So that's kind of the idea. And not only do weapons have those, but also gladiators have those too, right? So gladiators have those qualities too. So you want to get them all max. You want the best weapons. You want to max out the qualities of your gladiator, and you also want to breed to higher level gladiators, right? The higher level gladiators are also more powerful along those 5 qualities. So you definitely want to do that, right? You definitely want to do that. So just to give you an example, this is just one of my gladiators, and she's got the base there. She's got all the stats in there. You can kind of see, and you want to get the base, the genetic, and equipment all really high. That's basically what I want to do. And for the base, they're at every generation tier, they're all 10. So generation 1 gladiators are 10. You want to upgrade all the way to 10. Generation 2, you want to upgrade all the way to 20, etc. So generation 3 all the way to 30. That's the basics. You need to have your gladiator really strong, and all you have to do is hit these little buttons here, and or increase the strength. Take 24 hours, but you can speed up your qualities on the gladiator by paying with some Rome, and the Rome does add up as you go through. But that's what people are doing to upgrade. You should upgrade at least one of your gladiators, right? At least one of your gladiators. Now, I do have a lot more gladiators, but they're all on mission. They're all on a quest, and they're getting me resources. Every 3 hours, they get me resources. So I click the claim button, and I get some new resources, iron and lumber, etc. And why do I want all these? Why do I want all these? Because I am going... Because I need to go and harvest, I need to go and craft some weapons for free. I want to, I'm happy to buy some stuff off the market, but I want to get a lot of my stuff, if I can, off for free, and I can go and harvest them. So I can choose. Maybe I want to do a shield. I can pick up a shield here. Have I got enough? Well, I need 336 iron and 336 lumber. They have to be tier 2 materials because I got a tier 2 generation 2 gladiator. I hit the iron that I've got, and I hit the lumber. Both of them are tier 2. Apparently, I can make 2. And what I want is the highest quality. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I get epic or legendary weapons, the red and the orange. So let's see. I'll do 2 of them live on screen here. Wish me luck. So what did I get? I got, what did I get here? Actually, I think I got blue, which is common. That's the most common. And I got a rare there from the looks of it. It says indicator I got 3 here actually, but I don't know how I got 3. But anyway, so I got, it looks like I got a rare here. So that is, one of them was okay, and the other one, not so great. But I'm trying to get these red ones and the orange ones if I can. But there we go. So I have to go off and do more resources, right? I have to get more resources. And of course, that means going on quests and having AI battles and things like that. So there is quite a lot of economic side of the game. There's quests where I get free resources. I'm going to need those for crafting. There's assets, and I got cool assets like I got an iron mine, right? Iron mine, and it's tier 2 too, so I get tier 2 materials, and that's going to be helping really cool with weapons. I claim that just keeps going forever. And then of course, I can go craft more weapons, right? So it's kind of cool. There's the market. I can go buy stuff or sell stuff on the market. And then there's staking. I can stake Rome and earn resources that way, which is just brand new, right? It's only been around for 2 days. Stake Rome and get resources. Kind of cool. So there's multiple ways of getting resources. Also, you can get, make your gladiator stronger. There's also the store, and the store's got heaps of cool features. I'm not going to go through all that right now. But if you are new to fighting, you can buy AI coaches for 20,000 gold. That works 1 AI per battle. So it's kind of cool. So there's lots of cool things to the game. It's only going to get bigger and bigger. Coming up, there's going to be the Senate. There's going to be guilds. So there's lots of things coming down the line for this game at rapid pace. So I look forward to it. It's going to be pretty cool. But the tournament is on right now, $800, and maybe next weekend over 1,000 for tournament 5. And it is the full top tier game, fully operational on PulseChain. But it looks like we're going to have a couple, right? We're going to have decentralized casinos with X Game. Mafia is probably getting closer to full launch with the killing part side of the game and the Vault access. So that's probably getting close. I don't know how close, but that's probably getting closer. So there's lots of cool things happening on the PulseChain. But at the moment, Gladiator Games is absolutely crushing it, and it's just brand new, and everyone gets a chance to really do well here. Also, the Rome token is trading on the market, so you can go check that out as well. But Gladiator Games is here right now. Right, so that's pretty much it. We're going to be covering Gladiator Games moving forward because you guys know I'm not like a maxi gamer, but I like gaming. So it's going to be a lot of fun to play this from every weekend and go up the ranks. All right, so let's see. So last week I think I got a legendary weapon. This week at the moment, there's still 5 hours to go, but I'm currently sitting on the bottom of the cash prizes. So maybe next week, I can get into the middle of the cash prizes. That's kind of the idea, right? Just pace yourself, is what I'd say. Brendan says staking for resources is a good concept. It certainly is, yeah. So there's lots of cool things on there you can do with the game. All right, so cool. I like the resource side of the game. I'm pretty passionate about that. Let's quickly have a look, see whether I can get into a game. I was going to finish the show, but let's see. We'll give it one more go, see whether there's someone there that I can fight right now. No, I'm still waiting in the queue, so there may or may not be somebody, but I've got to hopefully get someone fight. There's 4 hours and 40 minutes to go until the end of the tournament, so I've got to get some fights there because I'm not too far away. If you think about it, I'm going to cancel that out, but not too far away. I'm at number 10, and I think what do I have to get get out to? I need to get to 7th place, and so what would that mean? So if I'm number 10, I need to get 7. Well, there's 2 people in front of me with 10s. So all I need to do, I need 2 victories to get myself into number 7th spot, and that would get me into the $50 mark. So all I need is 2 victories. So if I can get 2 games and win 2 games, then I'm going to be moving up to the $50 slot. And so I'm going to have a go for that. And of course, the most thing I enjoy is actually just playing the game. I just like the fighting part. it's all fun. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, as I understand, so in the future, it's going to be evolving. The game visuals will be upgraded, and then of course also there's lots more features coming like the Senate and guilds and lots of other things coming. And it's rapid innovation, so you're not going to have to wait for ages. They just keep coming, the innovations, and we've had so many just every day, every week. We're getting updates all the time, so it really, really is cool because the latest thing we've had recently is staking. We've also had the store with all these cool new things that you can do. I'm not going to go into that now. And so, yeah, things are really evolving pretty fast with the game, which we like. Like fast-paced stuff in crypto, and it's kind of cool. There's also other things in the game. And there's gold, silver, copper, and you use those in the game on the store here. So that's pretty neat. All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. Gladiator Games, check it out. And, of course, I always strongly suggest get into Telegram and become part of the community. It is really, really exciting. And, of course, everyone there is pretty helpful, pretty friendly, and help you get on board. So there's lots of guides and things like that that are out there too. All right, I think we're going to finish it there. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. It's been fun talking about it, and we've got a great bunch of people watching right now. So don't forget to smash the follow button on X at the top of I think it's at the top, and also a subscribe button on YouTube. We're streaming to 3 YouTube channels, of course, and we're on X right now. And you guys are a great bunch of people. Enjoy it. Richard Hart says he's working, and everyone else is working. And we've got some huge launches of PulseChain coming up. X Game, Coinwell, Coinaki, Mafia full game probably at some stage soon. And hopefully we're going to get Tetra and Signum, which I did say I was going to have a little update on that, so I might as well just say that now, even though I'm dragging on a little bit here. Is that PUSD ALGO, the big decentralized stablecoin, waiting for Signum as far as I know, but I understand there's also stuff working in the background, so I hope we will get some clarity on that in the future. Waiting for Tetra and then Signum Oracles. Hopefully that's close before the end of the year. Would be pretty nice. Hopefully before November would be pretty cool. So we'll keep tabs on that too. All right, I think that's it. We'll try and find out a bit more information on that. All right, I think that's it. Let's get out of here. Let's bust a rhyme. All right, peace out, everybody. Onwards and upwards. DSCA for the win. Richard is giving a few little signals today, and we'll go with that. Bull market is upon us, and we're looking forward to it to be pretty cool. When PUSD ALGO, well, we're still waiting for Signum, and they're doing some other stuff in the background there, Brennan. But I'll talk to you a bit more about that in the Discord. If you guys haven't joined Discord, links in the video description. See you then. All right, take care. Bye for now.